Good morning, everyone. Tom and I are here at the Senate Hart building this morning. We've already had some meetings. It's going to be a great day. We already have 6 meetings, I think,
correct,
that we are planning to have today on your behalf, specifically about gainful employment, but also to bring to the attention of all of the legislation that has happened over the last few years that we believe that we have some serious issues with. So here's Tom to tell you about our first meeting this morning.
great. As Christine said, we have 6 meetings today. The first one was just with Senator Enzi's staff, who is the minority serving member on the Health Committee, the Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions Committee. And we met with his legislative policy director as well as the individual specifically in charge of and responsible for higher education policy. We've spent a great deal of time going over the frustration with the process of how negotiated rulemaking unfolded, the movement forward with regard to the proposals put forward by the Department of Education at the last meeting and only at the last meeting, but then got to the level of detail of our concerns with the enactment of this potential gainful employment rule encompassed with 9010 CDRs, misrepresentation of information also included in the program integrity and PRM, and financial responsibility and administrative capability. And the concerns that we have when taking all of those, not individually, but as a collective whole, the implications that it has for the sector and specifically for the students and the institution with regard to eligibility. What we will be focusing on today is sharing that information and our concerns with each of the offices, as well as talking about the upcoming Workforce Investment Act, the Veterans Affairs Act, and the changes that are potentially in the offing to modify the Yellow Ribbon program, and also issues related to discharge of bankruptcy for private loans. Well, we're back again once again. We've had several meetings today. We've had the meetings with both the Senate offices on the minority side that we talked about before lunch. Now post-lunch we've had meetings with Chairman Miller's office as well as with Congressman Rob Andrews' office from New Jersey. In the meeting with Mr. Miller, as well as in the meetings this morning and also in the meeting with Mr. Andrews' office, what we tried to express was yet again the concerns that we have both with the process as well as with where things stand waiting for the NPRM. And Christine's going to talk a little bit about the specifics of the meeting.
When we went to Chairman Miller's office, we did explain to them that it was not our intent to negotiate on gainful employment simply because the NPRM hadn't come out, and in addition to that, we thought that the whole process, meaning NAGREG, had been flawed. Instead, we further really focused to them why we thought that with gainful employment, 9010, CDRs, and various other things that have come about in the last few years are really positioning together to become a perfect storm for our schools. And we went so far as to ask them that if in fact 9010, which we think with all of the new money that's coming out in about 2012, 2013, if 9010 starts to run schools over the rail, where will our students go? Is it their thought that our students are going to go to community colleges? Is it their thought that there would be a degree granting program for our students? And it really was quite interesting to see that deer on the headlines kind of look that we received. So it's very clear many of these things have not been thought through. It is impressive, I think, however, in 2 of the offices we were asked to put together more data and to bring these things to their attention. So we think it's been a good day. We've had an opportunity to spread much of our message, and we're hoping that we're going to be able to move our agenda forward.
And we'll be bringing one more update to you after the last 2 meetings of the day. We still have a meeting with Congressman Klein and the ranking minority member of the Education and Labor Committee, and with Luke Swarthout's with Chairman Harkin's office over on the Senate majority side of the Health Committee. So more information in a bit, but as Christine said, I think what's interesting is we are making headway in terms of being able to show examples of the concerns that we've brought forward and are continuing to focus on making sure that people understand how flawed we believe the process to have been and what issues we want them to address if there is any realistic expectation that gainful employment is going to move forward.
Okay, you can tell by the way we're dressed. We're still here on Capitol Hill. It's about 6:30 p.m. We have had a really good day. We have met with all of the leadership offices. We feel that we've made some really good inroads, some progresses. We've definitely seen some people to be sympathetic, and we've gained a great deal of information. So I'm going to turn it over to Tom, and he's going to give you more detail.
Absolutely. As Christine said, I think that one of the biggest takeaways from the day and from the time with all of the House and Senate leadership offices, both the majority and the minority, as well as impromptu meetings in hallways with other champions and individuals sympathetic to our cause, and other meetings that we had scheduled for the day, is first and foremost the desire to keep the dialogue open. While all of the offices and all of the congressional staff that we visited with continue to suggest and state that this is a process and that we're all awaiting the NPRM, they were sympathetic and did request additional information on the tension and the friction that resides between looking at program integrity and the proposal on gainful employment in the context with the other existing compliance program integrity provisions, those being 90-10, cohort default rates, administrative capability, financial responsibility, and the looming issue as well of misrepresentation of information, another provision likely to be included or will be included in the program integrity neg reg to follow. We will follow up on these office meetings with additional paper and information as requested, and we will follow up as well with the membership through this and other videos as we continue to develop and further our information and further our cause on Capitol Hill. Have a great day.